Hey guys, Elizabeth Quinn here again with Elizabeth's Scenes and Scents. Welcome back to my channel. Please don't forget to check out my website, which is waftingwonderfulwax.scentsy.us, where I'm Liz Quinn, your star Scentsy consultant. So today what I have for you is my weekly What I've Been Warming. I've got a lot of really cool stuff here on the table. We're going to discuss the Disney signature treats and the way that I warmed them throughout the week. I already did a dedicated review on that. We've got Christmas cookie. One of my friends from Canada mailed me a Maple Peak bar. There's all sorts of great stuff here. So let's just dive right on in. And can you believe it is a week from the end of October and Halloween? It's craziness. So I will be putting up, probably on November 2nd, seeing just the way that my days are rolling, the review of that Christmas tree that I bought. I'm going to go out and do some greenhouse looking with one of my best friends on November the 1st. So I probably won't have time to put up and produce that video until later on that day or early the next morning. So I'm so excited though. And I told my family I am decorating the Florida room first this year, and it's happening early November. So anyway, let's get back to my wax. The best thing on this table that is new, that I am super excited about personally, and I will be putting in my club, is Christmas cookie. Now I'm hearing that there's a lot of back and forth from people and consultants with this early access exposure to this bar. But I absolutely love this thing in the warmer on warm. I went through, you guys know I don't do this. I went through 2.5 clams of this as soon as I did that video with the Snowstopper warmer, which everybody is loving, by the way. I will say, November the 1st, if you want Mr. Snowstopper, I think he's going to sell out because the press that is getting and the excitement is way more than normal. And I only have a little tiny social media window to look into on the world, and people love that warmer. So this scent though, oh my gosh, gingerbread, pine trees, and oranges. Now, the first thing you have to know is that this is subtle. Nothing in here is going to hit you in the face. It's all very, very nicely blended. I wasn't sure if the gingerbread note, because it is very similar to the gingerbread cheesecake bar, if that was going to go sour or off or whatever for me. And I did find that it performed much better in my basement. And I think that that's important. So if you get lousy performance from this in kind of a smaller space that's on a main floor and you don't have any drafts to be able to kind of concentrate something going up the stairs or whatever, you may want to move this around a little bit, because I put, I think, a whole clam of this in all the warmers in my basement, and oh my goodness, you guys, this is the soul of Christmas in a bar if you can get it to perform. I was in love. So I'm going to be putting that one in my bi-monthly club, and at the moment I might put that in my bi-monthly club at 2 bars because it's just amazing. This is the first scent in a while where I will sample this out to people that want it, but I really don't want to share. It's just so good. So you get the pine and the orange, and then all of this wonderful, just subtle Christmas baked good spice. It's nothing that'll smack you in the face. It's nothing where you're going to be like, wow, it smells like, it's not like orange pomander. It's not like iced pine. It's not like sugar cookie. It's none of those things. And it does not smell like a sugar cookie. And I think that's where the problem is coming in people's mind. You see Christmas cookie, you see the packaging, you think you're going to be getting a beautiful, fluffy, vanilla frosted sugar cookie. That's not at all what this scent is. I said it in the review for the warmer and the scent. This smell is an idea. It's a concept. It is something more like, grandma's home Christmas kitchen kind of a deal. That's what this is. And it is wonderful. It's wonderful. And I am so happy. So that's enough about that bar. Let's move on to what my dear friend Robin, just out of the blue, sent me a package, and it was wonderful. I knew that these bars were coming at some point, but I thought it was going to be much later in the season. She sent me 4 of Maple Peak, and oh, is this beautiful. So all of you in Canada that can get this and can club it, this is really nice. I don't even know what's actually in here for notes, but if you are familiar with apple s'mores, take out the super powerful cedar and all the apple, and you're left with this really nice creamy, marshmallowy, rounded bakery type scent. And I know that maple is featured in this, obviously, but I really, really get just all that's left over from apple s'mores after it's been in the warmer a couple days. And that is not a bad thing because I love that bar and it's very distinctive and unique, and this is just beautiful. It's warm and fluffy and happy. And it's sort of like a maple glazed, gooey, marshmallowy scent. I really like this. So thank you so much, Robin, for sending me a box of happy goodies. And it came on just the right day too. You know, if you guys give and receive friend mail and things from and to different people in the wax world, everybody has their own personality and their own way of packaging things. And Robin is just always so thoughtful. So thank you, my friend. This was delightful. And I will definitely hoard my bars. So then what else I was doing with that was Spooky But Sweet. And this is already in my club. This is the September scent of the month. This is a home run bar, you guys. If you're in Canada and you like the Maple Peak and you haven't tried this, you're adding more spice, you're adding more layers of like a golden caramel taffy maple. I actually feel personally like this smells more like maple than Maple Peak, which is kind of odd, but it's like a beautiful spiced maple caramel vanilla goodness, and it is fantastic. So that one's already clubbed, like I said. Now, and my husband's in the other room, just so y'all know. Farmstand Pumpkin, which is a real nice, just run-of-the-mill, middle-of-the-road kind of a pumpkin scent that we always have in the catalog, thankfully, in the fall, winter. Every year I will club it, and then I will cross my fingers that it's not going to get pulled, but, you know, that's why I club it. But this is caramel, it's cinnamon stick, it's apple, and it's pumpkin. And it's just happiness, and it's gentle without being a wimpy performer. So it's a medium throw. If you have medium to small spaces to scent, this should be fine. If you have a super large open concept, I think Farmstand Pumpkin might struggle a little, but it just always makes me happy. And the other day is just what I wanted. So then I think I paired that with a little bit of Porch Pumpkin, which is an old retired bar that often pops up in clearance and flash sale type bundles. And this one, this is more outdoorsy pumpkin with acorns and some fresh air. And, you know, it's nice. It's kind of forgettable. It's not as sweet as Farmstand Pumpkin, so they did balance each other well when I just wanted a, as I said, middle-of-the-road, happy, pumpkin-y, average October day of wax warming. So then, when you want to amp it up a little bit, that's when you reach for your Scary Good and or your Forever Fall. So this is Scentsy Pumpkin on steroids. So the Forever Fall, if you want to go a little bit more bakery, but deep, squashy, rich pumpkin bakery. I love this scent. This will be going right back in my, well, no, not back in. Last year I didn't put it in my club. I ordered a stack of it, thinking it wasn't going to go in the catalog and that I liked it, but didn't love it. Well, I'm really glad it came to the catalog because I love this. Oh, and it's just, it's the saturation of this one that makes me so happy. So you put this in the warmer and immediately you know there's Scentsy pumpkin wax in this house, and it just spreads out all over the place. This is great in my basement, and it's rich and deep. So if you want to take this to a whole other level, then you put in Scary Good as well, which I did the other day because this one has all the extra spices. There is spice in Forever Fall, but mostly cinnamon. This is spicy. So this is more, not really light. The pumpkin is still pretty rich, but it's not as dense as the Forever Fall. It doesn't have that like flirting with the squashy guts thing. This one, it's just great spicy pumpkin with that little bit of smoked butterscotch. It's amazing, you guys. So if you want Death by Pumpkin Overload Wax Day, melt these two. It's phenomenal. So then another day I was doing some Caramel Vanilla Delight, which I took out of my club a while ago. This is something that you could warm any time of the year. But I wanted a caramel and orange scent, which I know is a little odd, but that's just what I was craving. So I also did in alternate warmers Sparkling Spice Citrus, and this was so nice because these are both very sweet and lovely. The sparkling spice citrus is like mandarin, tiny pinch of clove, little bit of currant, and a lot of just sweetness. Sweet sugar caney mandarin. And that is currently available, and that is a good one, guys. You should club that. And then the Caramel Vanilla Delight just gave me that luxurious sweet caramel, and that one has a little bit of rum too. It's so good. Okay, another day I wanted the apple. So I did part of a bar of Hemingway, which is in my bi-monthly club. That is just a really nice, rich, woody apple, masculine, spicy men's scent. It's not really a cologne, almost, but not quite. And then Cedar Cider, which is just a good old classic. How can you not like Cedar Cider? And I also put this in one of my kids' rooms. This is one of the best bars, I think, for late October and early November Scensy's ever done. So it's got the cedar, and it's got vanilla bean, which is interesting. It has apple, it's got deep cinnamon. So it's spicy and rich and complex, and a little bit woody with the cedar. It's so good. So good, you guys. And if it's too much, if you just find it to have a little bit of funk, add a cube of vanilla bean buttercream, and that just smooths it right out. Okay, next, this is one my husband loves, and I forget to melt it because I got bricks of it last year, because I'm not the only consultant that says this scent suffers from batch quality issues. It's not consistent. The pumpkin roll in the brick really smells right all the time. So I had stocked up last year on 2 or 3 of these bricks, and of course those will be gone by next year, and I'll be sad. And then the bars, either there's no oil in them and they just kind of vaguely smell like pumpkin frosting, or they're really, really good. But this is always really, really good. So it's got this really rich pumpkin cake. I think it's supposed to, actually I think it's described as yellow cake. Don't believe them. It's like a spiced pumpkin cake or cupcake. And then you have the filling, and you have a little bit of pecan. Oh, you guys. And Gregory loves this scent. This is our Thanksgiving scent. Oh, and it just made the house smell like I was doing pumpkin baking all day long. So happy. And I also grabbed pumpkin sticky bun, which is current in our Gordy Goodness. We have yet to get end of the month. I think maybe we'll get them tomorrow. The end of the month list of what's going away. But if you like anything in that Gordy Goodness collection, please, please, please club it, because my suspicion is they'll pull it at the end of October. So you've got the berry one. You've got this, which is just like a smooth, not too sweet, not too spicy pumpkin baked goods scent. And you also have the Hollow Harvest, which is amazing, and the Spice and Spirited, which is my favorite of the whole bunch. So club what you can when you can get it. Now, the other day, I had some salmon that I knew, and I just got my hair cut, and it just will not lay right this morning. It's like, it's over my eyes and driving me nuts. I'm happy with the haircut. It's just not laying right. So the other day, I was doing some salmon, and I was lazy, and I did not grease or put a liner on the pan. And of course the salmon skin stuck, and because it got so hot, kind of fried itself, it also made the house stink. So I needed an emergency fix for that. So White Amber and Silk is in my quarterly club, and this is a bar I don't reach for a lot, but it's a fresh, elegant, like cotton sort of laundry scent. And this did a good job, because in the fall, I just don't want to reach for lemons. I don't want to reach for clothesline. I can't do that one anyway, but anything along those lines, I just don't want that. But this one still has kind of a fall feel. So I tossed this in all over the house just for the evening to banish the salmon scent, and it worked. So then what else do I have here? Ooh. All right, funny story. My husband and I are we're just Christmas crazy people. And my husband is very, very nostalgic, and we were having a little powwow the other day about what he wants his garage to look like for Christmas. And anytime I tell people about this, their eyebrows raise, and they're like, really? Your husband wants his garage to be festive? Listen, the man spends a lot of time out there frying that turkey, and he also just likes to hang out in his garage, and he's just that kind of guy. So I made him a garland, and I made him, he even asked for his own little Christmas tree. So I went to Target, got him a $20 Christmas tree, went downstairs, fished around in my bin of red stuff, found a bunch of odds and ends I'm not going to use for anything else, got him some cheesy, the fake old-fashioned lights, but they're plastic, put all that stuff in the garage, plugged it all in. I'm not using it yet, but he came out and he was so happy, and I put Autumn Hearth in my Merry Little Christmas Tree warmer, which personally I don't like, but I couldn't bear to part with it because everybody loves them, so that's out there too. So right now the garage smells like Autumn Hearth, and we're just waiting for November 1st to plug in all of his Christmas goodness out there so he can sit. And I don't know what he does, but he sits out there and fiddles with things, and we're going to move his picnic table in there and put a red and white plaid something on it, and he'll be happy boy for his Thanksgiving and Christmas turkey frying endeavors. So that's a lot to say that Autumn Hearth was going in the garage, and everybody in the neighborhood could smell it, and it was great. And what does Autumn Hearth smell like? It is a tonka bean, cinnamon, and smoldery apple scent. Very, very nice. Okay, now, I already talked about the Disney treats in their own video, but in my kitchen, I did the Disney Mickey Mouse Cinnamon Bun Bash. That is a lot to say just for one scent. A lot. And this is quite strong, so I used it a couple different days in my warmers in there. I'm enjoying the performance in that space of the October warmer of the month with the stacked multicolored pumpkins. And this is a good performer, you guys. It's just an interesting scent. It really isn't straightforward cinnamon roll, but it's good if you like spices and you like sweet bakery. So that is my favorite of the whole group as far as performance and I think longevity. Very, very nice. So then getting out of the main spaces, going either to the basement or to the bedrooms. In my bedroom, I did the fruit and hazelnut waffle delight because I didn't think this was going to perform all that well, but it really did. And every time I would go in there, I would get something different. So there's a time where I got all the fruit. Then there was a time where I got the hazelnut spread. There's another time where I got the waffle. It's an interesting bar. So if you get the collection, this one is better than it appears on cold for sure. Also in my bedroom, I did quite a bit of the Candy Apple Delight. And I did try this out in my main space too, but it wasn't as successful there. It needs a pretty small space. But it has this lovely pecan sugar, which is different than any other candy apple bar I've ever had. It's got that light golden... no burned quality, no deep caramel, no milkiness, just a light, lovely, like a caramel syrup almost that you'd put in a coffee, and then the green, almost floral apple. And it just almost makes a springtime caramel apple scent. Really happy though. And oddly enough, I kept thinking this would be nice when I get up on Thanksgiving morning. Do not ask me how those two things go together. It makes no sense, but I'm going to enjoy the other bar of that, and I will probably get a couple more and put those away. So then a couple other things that I was doing, I don't know why, but randomly I had a couple cubes of Mandarin Moon I did in my bedroom just because Greg really likes his spices and oranges and citrus, and that's one that he enjoys. Pumpkin Cashmere. Here's a scent that I have gotten a whole stack of because it was in clearance for forever. I really like this bar. It's roasty toasty, like a pine cone layer. Then it's got the cashmere layer and has a sweet pumpkin. So good. And this was the October scent of the month last year, and I don't think people cared for it all that much, and I should have clubbed it because I didn't realize how much I would like it. I really like this. But I have enough. I should be okay. I had 2 little cubies of Amber Road that I had been saving and saving and saving for my younger daughter. I left this in her bedroom thinking that she would warm it. She put it back out in the main open space, and I'm like, free game then, sweetie, if you don't want them. So I did this in our bedroom. This is a beautiful bar that is a sweet, amber, subtle, exotic spice scent. And Greg commented on this. Of course, I have, 2 other cubes left and another ancient, nasty clam. He's like, that's really nice. And I can't get any more, but this is really good from way back in the day. Then the other things that I was doing, I got through a lot of wax this week, guys. You should be proud of me. In the basement, I had about half of a souffle of Campfire Stories from Teddy Bees. I do not like this scent. I don't know why, because I know a lot of people in the vendor wax community just go ape over it, but I think it's the cold night winds. Because the s'mores I really don't get a lot of. I get the vanilla woods, but the winds and the woods together just makes this sharp to me. So I got through it, but I don't need any more. And then in the same box of wonderful surprises, my friend Robin sent me some of the Long Night, which I love. I don't know what it is about this one, because I love this as much as I dislike the other one I just talked about. Cocoa butter, cashmere, tonka, oud wood, marshmallow fireside, and everybody has been mailing me these, so I guess not all of you like them, but oh, this scent. It's the creaminess, the richness of the cocoa butter and the cashmere and the vanilla and the oud just makes me a happy woman. So this is going in the basement right now. And then I did a combination. These were good together, you guys. I did a combination of good old-fashioned clove and cinnamon in my basement, which is a pretty open space. It's like an open den area, and toasted acorn and oak and alternate warmers. I don't think I've ever paired these two. This is really, really good for mid to late fall. You should do that. So the toasted acorn and oak is something you'd have to have in your club, or maybe you had some flash sale bars, and that has a nuttiness and a roasty toasty chestnut, and it's just gorgeous. And then the last couple things, I did a whole clam of toasted caramel sugar in the basement one day just because I was sick of the spice and I wanted something that was lighter. So this is a milky, creamy bakery scent that's almost like a golden brown caramel that you're trying to get to the hard stage where then you can spin the sugar like you would for a croquembouche. This is amazing if you are a baker and you deal with that type of confectionery. This will kind of tug at your heartstrings because it'll remind you of baking in the holidays and all that. Really good. So I did that down there. And then bringing up the rear of all of the bars from the Disney collection. Our most controversial, Churro So Sweet. I still don't think Churro So Sweet's a good name, even on its best moments. This is super spicy churro. Like, I don't think that it's a thing to put black pepper with your churros, but to me, this is all of the spiciest regular baking spices, and then you add this almost savory note, and sometimes the wafts of this that I got out of my basement, and the best warmer to get good performance from this scent where it smelled good happened to be my old gingham gourd, which usually is terrible with everything. Like, that's just not a warmer that I would recommend for anything. But that was good with this, and it actually made it smell like a churro. A super spicy, very heavy, rich churro. So, I don't know. On the top notes of this smell like a jalapeno or pickles. It's just the way it is. Weird bar. If you're getting success consistently with the Churro So Sweet, I really would like to know that in the comments. And I hope that you guys have a great day. And like I already said, I cannot believe it's almost the end of October. It's crazy. So have a wonderful Wednesday. I hope to talk to you soon. Bye-bye.